Kill me! I'm here! Kill me!
Hey everybody, this is Matthew Movies coming at you with my review of Hell or High Water, the 2006 Oscar-nominated film that's kind of like a modern Western about two brothers who go on a robbery spree, and the ranger and his partner that are trying to track them down. Now, this movie is nominated for Best Supporting Actor, Best Picture, and a couple others. I can't remember exactly what they are, but it's nominated for 4, I believe, Academy Awards. And I've got to say, I absolutely am in support of all of them. I thought this movie was fan-freaking-tastic. I had heard for the longest time how great this movie was, and I was very much looking forward to checking it out, but I just hadn't gotten around to it until recently. And now that I've finally seen it, I'm smacking myself for not checking it out earlier, because I thought it was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. Definitely, if I had seen this movie before making my list of the top 10 2016 movies, there's no question in my mind it would have been on there. The second movie I've said that about, along with Train to Busan. If you look in my video history, you'll see that review as well. Another brilliant movie. And I absolutely loved Hell or High Water. I thought the performances were amazing, which, I can't say shocked me. I've always liked Chris Pine ever since I became aware of him after he was in the Star Trek movie. And Ben Foster, I think, is one of the most underrated actors going today. He's given so many amazing performances. I remember, the first time I saw him, anything was in a few episodes of the show Freaks and Geeks, which is one of my all-time favorite series. And everything I've seen him in, the guy absolutely transforms himself. And for a guy that doesn't come off as being he's not super ripped, he's not the Tom Hardy body type, although he has gotten pretty jacked for movies in the past, but generally speaking, he's, a fairly average looking dude, good looking, but that's not really all that much interest to me, but he has a very interesting manner of being very physically imposing, which he does in this. He did another movie called Alpha Dog. He was great, equally great and imposing in 3:10 to Yuma. The guy just has an amazing ability to come off as somebody that you really don't want to mess with, and maybe that's because he's not somebody you don't want to mess with in real life. I don't know, but he definitely pulls that off. Chris Pine is great, as I mentioned in this earlier. I said I was a big fan of him, but I didn't really talk about his performance in this movie, which I thought was phenomenal. And again, I've seen him be in a bunch of action movies before, and you've seen him have a fist fight here or there in the Star Trek movies and whatnot. But he definitely came off as a guy that knew what he was doing, especially in one specific scene in this movie. Also, a very intelligent character, which was really cool to see. And then this isn't a spoiler. This becomes clear very early on, where you have Chris Pine's character, who's very much thinking out the plans and extrapolating on what could go wrong and what to do if that happens. And then you have Ben Foster, who's pure aid and just does whatever comes to his mind in any given moment, and is somebody that seems very difficult to control. There's one line in this movie where he gets asked by his brother how he's stayed out of prison for a year, and it was just, his response is just pitch perfect. And then you have Jeff Bridges, who's the one who's up for the Academy Award, who is every bit as good in this as he is in any other performance you'll see. He plays the ranger who's trying to track these guys down, and he has a very interesting relationship with his partner, who he makes constant jokes about his ethnicity, but you can tell that there is a real affection underneath their repartee, and he's phenomenal. And the way his character is written is just great, because he's very slow moving. Like when he's talking to people, he has a very deliberate pace. He never seems to get overly dramatic in his speech. He never really raises his voice all that much, except for a few times. So when it does happen, it's very effective. But at the same time, despite his manner of communicating, that you can really really obviously tell that there's a very, very smart man underneath who is has a very interesting way of thinking about situations, and as a result, it seems to be an extremely good law enforcement agent, and he's just great in it. There's one of the supporting characters is played by a woman by the name of Katie Mixon, who's been in a number of comedies in the past, and she was great. I mean, most people would recognize her from Eastbound and Down. She plays a waitress in this movie, and she is definitely has an unforgettable role. My only complaint about her character was I would have loved to have seen more of her when she's interacting with people. Like she's portrayed as being a very, very strong-willed and very quick thinking woman who you definitely don't want to trifle with either. It's not on a physical level, but that she's ready to do what she must to see that the things she thinks should happen do. And I loved her character. I would have loved to have seen more, like I said. And this movie, I'm not gonna say how it ends by any stretch of the imagination, but the final moments in this movie, the ending of this movie, to me was just pitch perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better ending. It just perfectly summed up the relationship of the people in the film, and just was everything I could have possibly asked for. And I suspected there may have been some people who would have liked a little bit more finality to it, but I completely would disagree with that sentiment. I thought it was just right, and I absolutely love this movie. It's not a traditional Western. There's I think one horse in the entire movie, and there's cars left, right, center, but it definitely has a lot of the feel of a Western, and I absolutely love this movie, and definitely one that I want to add to my collection, and definitely one that I suggest you guys check out if you haven't yet. It like I said, it's up for Best Picture, and I think it absolutely deserves to be. And for my money, it's probably my favorite of the movies that are up, which would put it above Arrival, which is a movie that I absolutely love from this year. But I think Hell or High Water definitely beats it out in my mind. It's not. They're very different movies, so it's a bit of a difficult comparison to make. But I just absolutely adored this movie. Right now I'd probably put it, either third or fourth for the movies that came out in 2016 that I've seen so far. There's a few Oscar movies that I have yet to check out. Hidden Figures. I want to check out some of the documentaries, and there's some animated movies from there. So I'll be trying to check them out soon. I still haven't seen Kubo and the Two Strings, which I'm not even 100% sure if that was. I'm pretty sure that was nominated. A movie called Life Animated that I intend to check out soon. This is not the last in my Oscar-nominated movies reviews. And after that, for the people who come to this channel for more a bit of a more variety in reviews instead of just looking at movies that are kind of timely, those should be coming in the near future. There's a few movies that I'm eyeing checking out, like Bride of Frankenstein I want to check out soon, and a few others. Just to give you a bit of an idea of what's to come on the channel. And also I intend to do top 10 lists once a week. That's my idea going forward. And the last one I did was top 10 Marvel movies that and everybody seemed to enjoy that video, even if they disagreed with some of my picks. Harry Thomas thought I should have Harry Thomas Pictures thought I should have had Spider-Man 3 on there, or he would have had Spider-Man 3 on there, and I gotta disagree with you there, buddy. But other than that, those are my thoughts on Hell or High Water, and just a bit of an update on the channel. If you've seen Hell or High Water, let me know in the comments below. What did you guys think of it? What did you think of the ending? But if you're going to talk about the ending, do not give away how things end. I have had to delete a couple comments in the past that I thought were too spoiler filled, because I wanted this to be a very spoiler free area for people. Other than that, please hit that like button. It does great things for my channel. It gets in front of people that may not have been able to check it out otherwise. And please, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. And hit that notification button if you have or haven't yet. I love talking to you guys about movies, and would be very happy if you guys stuck around to hear my rambling thoughts. So those are my thoughts on Hell or Hot Water. Have yourself a nice day.